Hey there. Welcome back to the Audacious Life and the Audacious Mamas show. So, this is an audio only episode. I am in the middle of a very quick move from where I've lived for 10 years. So, I'm trying to just continue creating content, and I've got a lot going on in my life, and the move is just one piece of it. So, say some prayers for me. And in the meantime, I am going to just share kind of what I've observed with content creation and YouTube versus all the other short form media. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because the direction that I'm moving with my business, with my own content, is to support people who are wanting to create their authority, wanting to create their personal brand and get hired or do consulting or sell products and quickly become that authority without spending a whole lot of time doing short form media or even long form media like this. And so what I've noticed is there's a ton of information out there to create hooks, to create, kind of what we would think of as a template for our content to pull people in. And it's awesome that we have AI. I'm a huge fan of AI. I would say my friends, my family, my kids even make fun of me for when I'm really deep into some of the stuff I'm working on. I can spend a lot of time having conversations with Claude, with Google Gemini, with ChatGPT or other GPTs made by other people. And then I have a ton of other visual AI tools that do things for me, like Descript. That's the tool I'm using right now to record this. And then I have a lot of little like pocket-sized apps that help with video creation. And more of these are building in things that will help you create hooks and a structure for your content. And it's great. And people have spent lots and lots of time and money creating formulas for like, what's the best hook? What's the best way to make things go viral? And all of those things are awesome if what you want to do is really reach a ton of people, right? But what a lot of us want to do is create an audience that we connect with. We want to create products that help people or services or, offer a community where people are supported. Maybe where we've written a book, we just want to reach the right people with that book. So it's not necessarily about the numbers. And more you're going to see people talking about, do you really need a big audience to sell your stuff? Or do you just need those, they've said this for years, the 1,000 plus true fans. And so what I've noticed as somebody who's observing digital marketing, who's spending time looking on things related to entrepreneurial and creating content, making money online, I've noticed that more and more people leveraging these AI tools with hooks and templates and things like that, as the consumers, we're getting smarter. We can tell when people are working around a framework or working around a blueprint or a template or whatever, and they're not, you don't connect with them because you're like, all right, already, you said your one-liner, now you're pulling me in, now I need to wait, now you're gonna like give me a little teaser, segment from your podcast or your video, and then you're gonna chop the person off right at the main thing that I want to hear. It's getting old. We can predict it. And it's so much easier for people if you just jump in, right? So with this, that's my point. Like what I think we need to consider as content creators, as people who want to be known as an authority or create a personal brand, what's really taking over, especially on longer form like YouTube, I'm noticing more and more people closer to my age, I'm in my 50s, they're hopping on YouTube. They're just talking to their audience. They're using their iPhone. They're using a really basic lav mic or whatever, something cheap. And they're just talking and they're just sharing something that they know a lot about. They're trying to connect with their audience. And these people are not the most attractive. They are not necessarily trained to be on camera or anything like that. They're just being really sincere, and they love whatever it is they're talking about, or they love the idea of having fun and earning money on the side with YouTube. These people are taking off. I can think of 3 people that I've seen in the last 6 months who jumped on YouTube and just took off. Like most of us, I think I have 2,500 followers or something like that on YouTube. These people got to 5,000, 6,000 followers very quickly in a very short period of time. And they're not necessarily following the rules of, some program or some guru or whatever. They're just getting on, and they are not letting any prevailing wisdom about the way to do it or any template or blueprint. They're just keeping it real. And the thing is, with AI, as much as I love it, it has taken over the way that people write, the way that people write their headlines, the way that people structure their content. And so what we're craving so much is this authentic one-on-one connection. And it's like nobody cares about your zooming in and out every 5 to 7 seconds to keep the screen active and throwing words up on the screen. You literally can look at the camera, you can follow an outline and say what you want to say and teach something or talk about why you love whatever that thing is. Needlepoint, I don't know, accounting, long math, gardening, whatever. And you talk about your thing and the audience listens. And the reason why those people are taken off is because they are what we would normally call the scroll stopper. Being normal is the scroll stopper in a world where everything is so glitzy, so prescribed and templated and blueprinted and perfect, and every little, every 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 space has been removed. Well, that's not normal. And we can tell, we can detect it because we're human. We want people who make us feel like ourselves. And so it's so much easier to relate to people who are being human on camera and are taking time and are not perfect. And so I'm just kind of waving a flag because I realized this myself. Like, I'm like, why do I hate all this content that feels so glitzy and over edited and, has all these transitions and words behind it and whatever. I used to really like that. I was like, ooh, that looks cool. I want to do that. But now I'm like, ugh, it's kind of annoying. Some of it's helpful if you're learning something on screen and you need a visual. Yeah, that's great. Show me the visual. But when you're zooming in and you've got all the stuff flying across the screen, oh my gosh, it is so distracting when you just want to hear the actual message and you want to get something out of it. So that is it. That is my main point for this audio video, is that as much as we want to leverage tools and templates and blueprints and things, if you are creating a business where you want to create a connection to your audience, we need to be more ourselves. And people keep talking about being authentic and whatever. It's easier said than done because it's so easy to think, oh, the camera's on me or the mic's turned on. I can't make any mistakes. But making those mistakes is actually what connects people to you. And I'm sure there's some segment out there where maybe this isn't true. But overall, if you have something where there are people involved, people who want to learn, people who you think may be interested in the passionate thing that you're so excited about, try it. Just try it. Throw away some of the things that you've been using and just see. If you feel like you're tired of following all of these blueprints and you're like, oh, I got to get the perfect hook, the perfect this, the perfect that. I'm not saying those things don't work. What I'm saying is it's getting old, and people who tune into, and I'm specifically talking about YouTube right now because it's longer form, people are on camera or they're listening like this, and It's just hard to connect to something where you're starting to be able to see the actual framework. And you're like, okay, now this person's going to read from their script some other statement that's going to try to pull me in or whatever. And I feel like, yes, I'm somebody who's consuming it, so maybe I see it more clearly than the average audience. But if that's the case, then all those organic, natural people that I'm seeing who are closer to my age and on YouTube and are talking about random things, why are they taking off? I think it's because they're human. It's what people want. People want humanity in this world of AI. Yes, we can leverage AI. Yes, we can use all the tools, but we're hungry for connection, for human connection, for vulnerability, for things that we feel. We see ourselves in that, and none of us is perfect. We breathe. We take long pauses when we talk. We mess up. We flub up our words. We say, like, whatever. And so that doesn't mean you have to throw those things in, but it just means, how about not taking them out? How about taking a little bit less time to worry about being perfect and just getting your content out there, just getting your point out there? Doesn't mean you have to be sloppy. Doesn't mean you don't have to think about your content before you share it. You should have a point. You should have a message. Maybe you should have some examples to cite, whatever it is, but just try it. Just try it. And I would love to hear if you decide to do that, whether it's on your Instagram, your TikTok, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, see if you're somebody who's been following formulas and all the things. See if it makes a difference. I'm definitely going to be doing more of it because honestly, I don't have the time to do all of the things. What I found is that when I follow all those things, I get so up in my head about it that I end up having a full, like I won't publish things. And sometimes they'll be sitting on my hard drive or on my phone. And I'm like, why didn't I share that? Oh, it wasn't this, and this. Well, from now on, I'm going to just start sharing. And there's going to be stuff that's maybe awesome and stuff that's not. But at least if I can keep it going with consistency, I can learn to see what my audience likes instead of just stopping myself. Because how many times have you done that? Where you just stop yourself because it's not good enough. Well, that's bullshit. Just share it. Just share it. If you had the thing inside of you that sparked a thought and you're like, I want to share this, that motivation and that inspiration should be shared. Just see where it lands. So I'm going to be doing more of that. And that's the challenge I have for you. If you're a content creator, if you're making things anywhere, whether it's your blog post, your whatever, just try to be more you and do your best. I think this translates into writing as well, because a lot of us are over editing and over structuring things. And sometimes we just need to be ourselves and be as natural, I should say, as possible in the things that we're sharing of all content types. Yeah. So let me know. That's my challenge to you. Would love to hear how it works for you. If you think this is BS, I would love to hear that too. I would love to hear any thoughts about this. Yeah, let's start a dialogue. All right. Have a great day.